goodness, what time is it? Oh, why didn't you wake me? You know I only sleep a few hours a night. There's just too much to do, too much life to live. I can't waste it on slumber.
Miss Watson, calm down. Everything's gonna be alright.
How many times have I told you? Read the damn Watson died a long time ago. I'm Barbara. Barbara La Marr. Lest you forget.
What's this? How lovely. All right, Miss Lamar. I'm gonna get you some tea. TV is affecting your thinking.
You know, Celia, I wish it was yesterday. Hello. I'm Barbara. Barbara La Marr. But please call me Bobby, all my friends do. I was born Retha Dale Watson in Yakima, Washington, July 28th, 1896. I used to say I was, I was the product of a torrid love affair between a Spanish-Italian count and a wealthy Virginia heiress. And an orphanage was my home until at 1 month old. I was adopted by Mr. and Mrs. William Watson.
Why would you say something like that?
Because they already had my brother and sister. I just never felt like I belonged to those people, you know. People talked. My black hair and green eyes, they differed from theirs. And Mama had been married once before, so scandalous.
I see. I suppose we all have our scars.
Aye, aye. You know, as far back as I can remember, I have always had this sadness. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
No, I'm sorry, Miss Lamar, I don't.
Daddy had been a newspaper editor. I learned the beauty of the written word through him.
How sweet.
Yeah. Had my first work published at age 5.
Age 5?
Mm-hmm. Okay, fine. Okay, it was Daddy's paper. But I did receive rave reviews as little Eva in Uncle Tom's Cabin.
Very exciting.
Well, you know, Mama had been an actress. On my very first big Hollywood audition for a big director, a famous director, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Big director, not just little, not, you know.
Mm-hmm.
He'll remain nameless. But it ended with my palm imprinted on his cheek.
Scandalous.
I may have only been 13, but I wasn't born yesterday.
Scandalous.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
you know, my acting career was over at that moment. And I just always felt like time's running out, you know, and if I remain still for too long, my life will just pass me by.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, there has always been one thing that helped me cope. Dancing. Once a week, my sister Violet and I would go out our bedroom window and we would just dance the night away at a speakeasy called Harlow's in downtown LA.
Oh, you were at Harlow's? I don't believe it.
They came from all over to see Scheherazade dance. Well, until one day the club was raided.
At Harlow's. You know, I'd always heard stories about that place, but I always thought they were rumors.
Okay, fine. That's what Adela Rogers, St. John of the LA Times wrote. Fine. What really happened was me and my sister Violet decided to double date with her boyfriend and this older boy. None of us really knew. It was days before they finally found us. We were arrested. Vi was charged with kidnapping me, because I was a minor at the time, mind you. My parents sent me. They sent me to Arizona to stay with family because they said I was damaged goods.
Why did the reporter write that story?
She wrote something like that the judge released me into the custody of my parents because I was just too beautiful to be alone in the city of angels. That's my moniker. The girl who's too beautiful.
I'm confused.
Oh, forget it. You know, once in Arizona, I was literally just snatched out of a car and proposed to by cowboy Jack Lytle. I didn't know him, but I had nothing to lose and everything but to gain by marrying him. See, he proved I could be wanted again. Mama said I never would. It was my first marriage, but not my last. Oh man, we fought constantly. Oh my God. One stormy night, he took off on his horse. A stormy night, he took off on his horse. Well, of course he came down with pneumonia. Died.
Oh, goodness.
I suppose if I had had supper ready on time, we wouldn't have fought and he wouldn't have left. And
Miss Lamar, I'm so sorry.
yeah. Well,
What did you do then?
moved back to LA and of course danced. Phoebe Hurst sponsored me. And I had my very own group called Folly Lytle and the Bluebells. Oh, Celia, the gentleman just kept coming back for more and more. Encores, get your mind out of the gutter.
How very brave of you to carry on.
Yeah, well, you'd think that the tragedy of my first marriage would have taught me something, but no. I promptly met double trouble. Husband number 2. Lawrence Converse. Oh, we knew each other exactly 24 hours. Oh, he was a prominent LA lawyer. Adela made sure our nuptials made page 1. Oh, everything seemed perfect.
Seemed?
Turns out he had a wife and 3 kids. Want to hear his defense? Amnesia brought on by the lust he felt after laying eyes on me. You know, what's really ironic in all this, Celia, are you listening? It's really ironic that later on his family would specialize in sneakers. He was going to need a pair when I got a hold of him.
Whatever became of him?
Shame. Shame led him to bang his head relentlessly against the cell bars. The idiot developed a brain clot. He died on the operating table.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah, then there was Phil Ainsworth, hubby number 3. Loser number 3. But he soon became a resident of Casa de San Quentin. Bad checks. Men! I was sick of them.
I can't blame you for that.
Oh, God. So, I did what I knew how to do. I danced again at my old haunt Harlow's. But this time was different. I danced with a fine specimen who would later call himself Rudolph Valentino.
Valentino?
Mm-hmm.
He was quite a handsome fellow. Oh, yes. Kind of a shame he died so early, though.
Yeah. But I also socialized with Ernest Hemingway. Yeah. Well, flash forward, I decided to send some of my works to a new movie studio called United Artists. And what it was created by Mary Pickford, Douglas Fairbanks Sr., Charlie Chaplin, and D.W. Griffith, so that they and other artists could have more control of their projects and salaries from the studio system.
Did you ever get an interview?
Yes, I was hired. Every day I woke up at dawn so I could amend scripts, and I was even allowed to write and produce a few of my own works, but under an assumed name, of course, because it was still a man's world. Oh, Celia, there were a couple more marriages during this time, but life's short and so's this film, so let's just move on.
Yes, let's.
Some women collected stamps, but no, not me. I liked my men. I liked my men how I liked my roses. By the dozen.
I like that. I'll have to remember that one.
Sundays were made for living it up at Pickfair, the home of Mary Pickford and Douglas Fairbanks Sr.
Oh, they were a very romantic couple. I read everything I could about them. Can't believe you actually knew them, though.
One Sunday, they offered me the role of My Lady de Winter in his new film, The Three Musketeers. Oh, Celia, I couldn't resist!
Oh, Bobby, well, it's very exciting. Now, I think I saw that movie 1,000 times. I had no idea that it was you. Now I see it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, man, my life was never the same, so after working all day, I socialized all night, and I just loved to entertain in my house at Whitley Heights Terrace. Hors d'oeuvres, gin, were plentiful. Cocaine flowed from the urn atop my baby grand. Best part? After my guests were really good and tipsy, I would feign a power failure. So after I gave them a few minutes, people would feel kind of, confident to disrobe and pair up. Then, lo and behold, the lights would find their way back on. Oh, it was wonderful.
How did people react? Were they angry or?
No, they loved it. They were such good sports about it, and they continued to play along. Oh boy, life was grand, Celia. Oh boy.
Are you all right? What is it, Bobby?
Souls for Sale.
Souls for what?
The film where everything started to go downhill. Like an idiot, I twisted my ankle during rehearsal, and Louis B. Mayer didn't want to take time off to delay filming because of production costs. And let's be fair, I understood. After all, I did some of my finest work while in pain. When I'm healthy, I am sleek and purring as a cat and quite useless. The studio doctor gave me morphine so I could continue. I was on crutches for 2 months after that. And the worst part, I gained 35 pounds. But I'll tell you, drugs and tapeworms.
Ew.
Oh man, but like cocaine, morphine just took over my life. A doctor tried to cure me with a drug called heroin. But you know what? On my birthday, 1922, I gave birth to my baby boy, Marvin Carville Lamar. I never knew who his daddy was. Could have been John Gilbert.
The actor?
Or not. I called him Sonny for his happy disposition. Since I was unmarried at the time, the studio sent me on a publicity tour where at the Hope Cottage Orphanage in Dallas, I saw and just had to adopt this perfect little atom of a man. Please. One of our favorite things to do was sit on the porch and just feel the breeze come over the Coenga Pass.
Such a blessing. I'm sorry.
You know, Celia, I hold the dubious distinction for being the first of Louis B. Mayer's casualties. That's right, he built up our careers and then just discard us when we could no longer make him the big bucks. However, he did give an actress by the name of Hetty the last name of Lamar in my honor.
For heaven's sakes.
Oh boy.
Do you want some more tea?
No. Paul Byrne. Producer, director, a friend to the end. You know, he was in love with me. Godfather to Sonny. He bought me this house, and he would supply my drug habit. He attempted suicide when I married, and he would eventually succeed.
Such a waste.
Yeah. No. Celia.
Yeah, Bobby.
Why didn't I realize it sooner? Retha Dale Watson. Has always been enough.